Hi, hello, everybody. Good evening and welcome to today's session. We are very excited, very happy to have you, and obviously you are most welcome on today's evening session. And whatever we're going to be covering is going to be a very interesting and awesome topic. Okay, it's a topic that I particularly love. So you're going to learn a lot concerning this topic. So our title of today's session is creating your digital marketing strategy. Now, before I commence this session, right, we are going to first of all give a very brief introduction. We need to know ourselves, right? So to begin, I'm Lorian and I am a trainer with Impact Her. I'm joining you from Cameroon. You know, the country that is going to win the World Cup. I don't know if Nigeria qualified, but Cameroon is a country that is going to win the World Cup, right? So I'm joining you from Cameroon, and I'm very, very happy to be with you guys, right? And I'm not alone on today's call. I'm with my able colleague Udeme. Udeme is joining people from Nigeria. How do they call them? Is it Eagles? It's Eagles. Now they did not qualify. You see, they are the ones. They call them Eagles, right? So Udeme is joining you from Nigeria, and he too is happy to be on today's call, right? And now it's time for us to know everybody that is on the call with us, who is on the call with us today on today's session, who is there, who is on the call. Please do well to introduce yourself, tell us where you're joining us from, and equally tell us what you do. You know, Udame is my colleague, so he's a trainer with Impact Her. He's joining you from Nigeria, a country that did not qualify for the World Cup. And I'm joining you from Cameroon, the winner, the World Cup's winner, right? Okay. Now it's time for all of us to know who's on the call with us. Please tell us your name, tell us what you do, tell us where you're joining us from, and we'll be reading that in the comment section. Okay, your name, what you do, and where you are joining us from this evening. So I'm already waiting on those responses. Your name, what you do, and where you are joining us from. Your name, what you do, and where you are joining us from. Your name, what you do, and where you are joining us from. Please tell us. You know, we're already very happy to be with you all on today's call. So do well to just tell us your name, what you do, and where you are joining us from. Please. Okay, now while you're doing this exercise, I have some recommendations. First, we're not shy. We're not supposed to be shy on the call. Why? Because there's no wrong, right answer. We are all here to join, learn. We're all here to make sure that this session is profitable to us all. So please, let's really feel free to drop our names, right? Equally, it's important that these sessions to be very interactive, simply because the fact that we talk, respond to comments, answer, leave questions, it permits us to see if there is a great understanding concerning the session, if there are some points that we should come back on. Okay, it's also permitting us to assess, the training and all. So please do what, tell us your name, where you're joining us from, and what you do. Good evening, Ametor from Ghana, and she's a cosmetologist. Wow, welcome, the lady from Black Stars. Yes, I know Ghana's team is called Black Stars, right? You guys are not doing bad so far. I'm sure it's Cameroon that contaminated you guys. Where I'm happy to have you this evening. Welcome, Mary. I hope you had a great day so far. So please, who else is on the call today? We have like 1 more minute, to get to know ourselves. So please, Be shy. Please do not be shy. All right. As we are waiting for you to introduce yourself, like I earlier mentioned today, we are covering the topic creating your digital marketing strategy, which is a very interesting and awesome topic, right? And what is going to be our today's agenda? What is going to be our today's agenda? We are first of all going to have an introduction to digital marketing. We're going to discover the digital marketing channels that exist, and then we're going to know what it takes to build a digital marketing plan. So while you're introducing and joining, I'm already going to give you very, very interesting and awesome information. Simply that Google is offering a free bootcamp. So if you've been asked throughout the sessions, you know there's really been hype about this because it's very important, it's very awesome, and you will learn a lot. So Google is offering a free bootcamp, and for you to register, the link is going to be dropped. And this bootcamp is going to be a very awesome way for you to take your business to a whole other level. You're going to learn a lot about scaling, you're going to learn a lot about pitching, finding finances, increasing scales, and a lot more, right? It's going to be a very long and awesome bootcamp, just 1 week long, right? To do what? To join in, sign in, apply, and then participate. Okay, so good evening, Rachel. Good evening, Fatima too. Good evening, Marina. Welcome to all these wonderful ladies. Welcome, greatness. You're welcome to this call. We're very, very delighted to have you in today's session. That said, let's continue with our first topic for today. And what we are covering is simply known as an introduction to digital marketing for our first session. Now, this is just reminders, right? Because we've had a lot of sessions talking about digital marketing and all. So, what we are doing at the moment, we're just reminding you about this notion, what it is all about. And as we go ahead, I have one question. So, according to you, what opportunities might you get from being online? What opportunities might you get from being online? As a business owner, as somebody that is just discovering the online sphere, what are the opportunities that you can think you can get from being online? What are the opportunities that you can get from being online? What are the opportunities you can get from being online? Okay, while you drop those responses, okay. Thank you so much, Marina. That just answered, right? She says more visibility, very awesome, very interesting, very wonderful. Obviously, and yes, when you're online, you get you get more visibility. That's true. Very, very interesting and awesome. Another response, please. What opportunities might you get from being online? Another response, just one before I continue. Just one, please. Anybody else with another answer to the opportunities that you might get from being online? Okay, while you're dropping all those responses, because I know you're doing a lot of brainstorming, I'm just already going to tell you that we all live in a mobile world. Now, the world has drifted from being just, an existing world to a mobile world. And that said, we have about 800 million SIM connections in sub-Saharan Africa, meaning that what we have at least 800 million people that are connected or that have a SIM card on a daily basis. And this permits us to see that there has been a migration from the older statistics, and also permitting us to see that there is an increase in knowledge as per the online sphere today in Africa. Now, the second thing that we are going to be sharing is that 91% of South Africans own mobile phones, with 80% in Kenya and Nigeria respectively. Now we're seeing that about 800 million people own SIM cards, or about 800 million SIM cards exist, right? Let's not say people, because one person can own more than two SIM cards. So 800 million SIM cards exist, but now we're saying that in terms of smartphones, about 80% and 91% in South Africa have smartphones. If we have to check Ghana, it can still be about 50%, which is still a very incredible statistic. This is just showing us the importance of the online sphere in today's world. Lastly, some 65% of the active mobile phone users in Nigeria have shopped online. Now, remember, I just said that we have up to 80% of people in Nigeria that are owning smartphones. Now, when we're talking about those that have shopped online, we can mention 65% of people that have shopped online. These are great statistics concerning the importance of the online sphere. So we need to be there because there are a lot of opportunities that we get from being online. Now, there's a very key statistic that I'm going to be sharing. It simply says that 80% of sales come from only 20% of the population for most brands. So businesses must find their target audience to stay relevant and drive sales. 80% of the population comes from just 20%, 80% of sales come from just 20% of the population for most brands. So businesses must find their target audience to stay relevant and drive sales. So it's very important that as a business owner, you know who are your target audience, you know who your efforts are targeted to, so that you would actually see, you're actually going to know who to talk to. Now, what then are the other opportunities that you can get from being online? You can reach more people globally, you can learn more about your customers, you can gain insights with social media analytics, you can build your audience profile, content, to know exactly how people are reacting to your messages, your audience, who are reaching you. You can know the conversions, are they taking action, and you can know from where they are coming from. Now, another very important advantage is that you can communicate and support customers, given meaning that you'll be able, thanks to the online sphere, to know how you can be of help to your customers, get their reviews. Somebody can easily get to you via any of the social media platforms, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and then leave your message there and you can reply. There's equally the Google Business Profile, which permits them to leave reviews so that you know exactly how your customer felt concerning your product and services. Okay, now that we have looked at these opportunities that we have from being online, as far as digital marketing is concerned, We're going to stop here for to listen to your questions. If you While you're dropping your questions, we're just going to take the next session. And here we'll be looking at the various digital marketing channels. Now, it's important and key to know that after you know digital marketing, you should understand the various channels that are going to be put in place for digital marketing. And these are there are six key channels for digital marketing. The first is SEO, search engine optimization. The second is search engine marketing. The third is social media marketing for display. The fifth, email marketing. And the sixth, content marketing. Right? So these are the six types of channels that exist. Now, it's also important that you get a clear definition of these channels. Search engine optimization is simply optimizing your website so that it shows more often in the search results. It's all the efforts that you're actually carrying out for your website to rank above in the search results. Then we have search engine marketing, where you actually pay for Google to put your content up in the search results. So here you're no longer working per se, but you're paying. But that does not stop the fact that the content still has to be produced and to be given out. Okay, the content still has to be produced and be given out.
Hello everyone. So I'll just take up from where Lorian stopped. She doesn't feel too well, but I'm going to be seeing her in the chat. So just she'll keep you company in the chats as well. Right. So let's just pick it up from there. And just so you know, I know she's been asking you a truckload of questions. So please keep the questions coming and the engagements coming. Okay. So if you have questions, if you have concerns about anything, what she's explained earlier and what we're about to explain, please do well to drop it in the chat. We'll be happy to help. We'll be happy to answer to them. All right, so I'll just pick it up from the search engine marketing. So which is basically you paying for adverts to appear in search engines. So just like what you find out when you are actually browsing on Google, right? You make a search and then you find out that some keywords, some search results come with that @ sign. That basically means that somebody is paying for it to show there. Whereas the search engine optimization is the one you're not actually paying for. It's using basic tools, keywords, and some technical stuff to make sure that your results, your search results, your website appears at the top of the page of the search results page. Then the social media is using social media platforms to market, draw traffic, gain attention, and reach new people. Well, display marketing are those ones that you find on your browsers when you are browsing. Excuse me. When you're browsing on various websites, you see those pop-up ads that show up to you, or sometimes it shows up on YouTube, or sometimes if you are browsing on a particular app, it shows up to you just more like to create awareness. And then we have email marketing, which is collecting email and using it to reach and communicate to users. And then content marketing is the one that cuts across all the other fields because you need content for the search engine, you need content for search engine optimization, you need content for search engine marketing, you need content for social media, you need content for display, you need content for email marketing as well. So content is king and it involves creating and sharing different kinds of um, contents, the blog posts, the writing, the videos, the infographics, and all of that just to drive and draw attention to yourself. Okay, so let's see how you can get started with the search engine marketing. Please let me know if I'm well seen, if I'm heard, if my video is good, so that I know I've not lost you. Please let me know in the chat. Um, if I'm well seen. And if you are yet to hit the thumbs up button, please do that. If you are yet to hit the subscribe button, please do that. Thank you very much. And so I'll just pick it up from getting started with search engine marketing. So this is a typical result of what a search engine results page looks like, comprised of three different categories. Now, the first part is the search query, the keyword that you're typing to actually make a search about a particular thing. So what happens is when you type a particular keyword, Google crawls the internet to find out websites that actually harbor those keywords. Now, when I say keywords, keywords could mean one word, keywords could mean two words, could mean a phrase, could mean a string of words, right? So it's anything anybody is typing into that search query bar just so as to get responses, replies from what Google has done, the crawling all over the entire internet, right? And then the next thing you're going to be finding there are the paid ads. Those are the ones that come first. These are the ones that comes, these are the search engine marketing results, the paid ads. We find out that they have that ad sign beside them. Now, the organic search listings are the ones that are not paid for. That means that website actually optimized itself to come to page one. Now, let me use the word optimize because it might confuse you a little bit. Let me just make a simple explanation. Now, when you make a search and then you go down to the bottom of your page, what you find there is you're going to see page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5. Both of us, we can bear ourselves witness that you really go to page 2, page 3, and the rest of them. That's for fact, right? So what happens is those other websites too are people's websites, and they harbor the same information that you're looking for. But everybody's struggling to appear on the first page because an average searcher does not go to page 2, 3, 4, 5, except they are desperate. Most times they don't go there. So working your website from whatever number it is down to page 1 without paying money is that process that is called the search engine optimization. And there are different types of search engine optimization. You have the local search engine optimization, which involves you using your Google business profile to maintain a presence on search. And then we have the technical, which is the one we are going to be speaking about shortly after now. We have the on-page search engine optimization, which is basically you using keywords and placing your keywords in proper locations as you are doing your content on your websites or any other content you have that you are trying to send content out through, right? So let's look at the technical search engine optimization, which is going to involve you using the Google Search Console. So what you need to do is to sign up on the Google Search Console, submit your content to Google, and then submit your sitemaps. So when you submit your sitemaps, Google gets to monitor the activities that is happening on search. They get to show to you some alerts on some critical issues, what is happening around your websites. Okay, if there is a bug somewhere, they're going to show to you. If your page is loading slowly, what is going to happen? They're going to give you some suggestions. Okay, maybe this picture is too heavy, or maybe this video is too heavy. Maybe they'll ask you to reduce the size of the video, the pixels of the video, or the size of the picture, so as to help your website to load faster, because loading speed goes a long way to determine who comes first also. It's one of the parameters that Google uses in their quality score. The keywords is number 1, the speed of the website is number 2. Now having those keywords in the proper places is very, very key. So the Google search engine, the Google Search Console is one of those tools that you use to help you in doing your search engine optimization properly. And then you get to promote your site online and offline, share your good content. Google will tell you which content is doing well, which content is not doing well. And then you can also find out which of the search queries people are using to come to your website, which search queries people are using to people are that is navigating people to that your website the most. So if you want to write content, you know the particular keywords to pay attention to, because those are the ones that are actually drawing attention to you. Okay, and then you can always get to create some accurate page titles, which is what I explained earlier. The keywords you are using, they are very important. Fixing those keywords on your headers is very important as well, right? And then having those keywords scattered everywhere around your website is very important, because, like I explained earlier, Google crawls the internet to find those keywords before they present it to you. So the more you have keywords present in strategic places, the better you are improving your reliability and your visibility, the visibility of your websites. Okay, and then great to create good titles, use header tags, emphasize important text. So a couple of tips on the search engine optimization will be for you to run keyword research. Now there are a couple of tools I'm going to recommend. Now the first of them, the first among those tools is the Google Keyword Planner. The Google Keyword Planner is that tool that can help you. Okay, yeah, thank you so much. Okay, I never checked that earlier. Thank you so much, becoming the Gibbs. Okay, so Google Keywords Planner is present in the Google Ads platform. So what you are going to be doing there is when you head over to Google Keywords Planner, you just type in a particular keyword. And now Google crawls the entire internet and shows to you the most relevant keywords that are aligned to that particular topic that you put in there, the most relevant of them. So now if you want to do content, if you want to write a copy, you now get some guidance on what is best. You now get guidance on what you should do, the keyword you should use, the one you should pay closer attention to, the one you should concentrate on your headers, the one you should add into your meta descriptions, and all of that. And then another tool I'm going to recommend will be the Google Trends. Now, if you head over to trends.google.com, you're going to find out that Google is going to give you some suggestions of a particular keyword if you make a search. For instance, if you search for cakes, Google is going to give you some related keywords. Now, related keywords may carry sponge cake, banana cake, carrot cake, and all of those. So all of those are just keyword suggestions to give to you that when you are writing your content, you should also add this to it, so that during the crawling process, you can also get a result more for yourself. And then your content should be very useful. Your content should be high quality. Now it's called placing hooks on your content. What hooks there mean is have something that somebody can reference, because there's something called backlinking. So backlinking means I have a website. Yeah, all of you have blogs. So all of you write content and reference my website. If you write content and reference my website, that means you're backlinking me. Now, if Google sees that you are backlinking me, a lot of people are backlinking my website, it simply means that there's something about my website that is drawing everybody to it. So that means my content is useful, my content is relevant, my content is reliable. So when Google finds out that a lot of blogs, a lot of websites, other websites are backlinking you, they begin to find out that there's something useful about you. So that's why it's important to have something quality, maybe a statistic, maybe a case study, maybe a particular information that is very catchy. A friend made an instance of a health outlet that actually got backlinked by the World Health Organization. And just almost in a month, his website flew from number whatever it was to page one because a big brand like World Health Organization backlinked his content. So your content must be quality, it must be useful, based on your industry, based on the category where you are. And now you need to make your web page and your web pages search friendly. Very, very important. Sometimes you can always find out that you try to load a particular web page, you find out that it loads very slowly. It doesn't work that way. You need to have a web page that loads very fast. It's one of the key things. It's called quality score. One of the key keys of the quality score that also determines how Google brings you up to the top of the page. So it's very, very important. Okay, so let's look at the local search engine optimization. Now, the search engine console is the technical search engine optimization process. Now, we are going to be looking at the local search engine optimization, which we are going to be using the Google Business Profile. Now, you must have heard of the Google Business Profile as being a tool that is going to give you an online presence on search and on maps. Most times when you find out that you are trying to search for an address, or if you have gotten missing before, or if you are a boat driver, right? You find out that everybody's using the map. So before a business got to have its presence on the map, the tool they used is called the Google Business Profile. Okay, so that Google Business Profile is not just a tool that gives you an online presence. It also strengthens your local search engine optimization because you get to have your presence online. People can find you. You drop your business address. You own a free website also there. You can make posts. You can write content, What else now? You can see the analytics part. You can see the analytics part of your business profile. You can see where people are coming from various places. People can call you directly from search. You have a messaging feature there. People drop reviews for you, just like what the reviews you find out when you go to Google Play Store, right? People drop reviews and drop 5-star, 4-star, and the rest of them. So the more people are dropping all those reviews for you, it strengthens your person. It's just more like what I explained earlier. When Google finds out that people are engaging more with you, that means there's something useful about what you're writing. There's something useful about your page. There's something useful about your website. And so that adds up to the point where they begin to take you up that scale, right? Remember, nobody wants to go to page 3, 4, 5, and the rest. Everybody wants to be on page 1 because people rarely go to the rest of the pages. Okay, so let's look at a couple of tips that will help you for the Google search, the Google business profile. So this is a marketing toolkit available on the Google business profile. So what happens here is you're going to find, if you head over to marketingkits.withgoogle.com, let me check if Lorian is still here. Marketingkits.withgoogle.com. Okay, let me see if I can grab that link from somewhere to share with you. Okay, yeah. So you can have all these designs. What happens is when you head over to this marketingkits.withgoogle.com, what you're going to be finding out is you're going to have that search query bar where you're going to type in that your business name. So when you type in your business name, Google is going to generate some beautiful custom snippets for you, right? They are very beautiful. So now it's now your place to customize them, right? And then you can post it on your social media platforms, right? You use all of that and most times they pick a line of your review, a review that somebody has dropped for you. So you can change the colors and all those other things and make it more beautiful for what you want to do. And then you post it outside, right? It encourages people that are actually dropping reviews for you to know that, okay, this guy likes reviews. And reviews are very powerful as far as search engine optimization is concerned. Reviews are very powerful. So it's something I need to take advantage of. So let's look at a couple of differences between the search engine optimization and the search engine marketing. So like I mentioned earlier, the search engine optimization is free, right? So it's more like you telling Google, okay, Google, I don't have a lot of money. I don't have money to pay for ads. So I'm going to spend time and walk myself from whatever number on the line that I am to page 1. So it's completely free, but it takes a lot of time. It takes time. And then you optimize using keywords, the keywords that your industry actually has, right? So something that is relevant to your industry, if you're in the fashion industry, if you're in the travel and tours, if you're in the catering industry, if you're in the education industry, whatever it is. But if you don't have a lot of patience, but you want to appear on page 1, very simple. So you tell Google, okay, Google, I have money. Please collect this money and put me on page 1. Now that is a search engine marketing, right? So it's going to be more of you optimizing with you bid on keywords. You are bidding on keywords. So you are paying to show yourself on the search results page. Remember, you don't need to be, even if your website is not properly optimized, you can appear on the first page. And you're not just going to appear on the first page, you're going to appear at the top part of the page before every other person. It sounds unfair, right? But you are paying money. So that is what makes it beautiful. So you can get on that first page straight away. Whereas the search engine optimization takes time. It may take 3 months, it may take 6 months, it may take 1 year. It all depends on how good you are, right? So you now choose one. But just my recommendation, I'll advise if you are in a haste, pay for ads, right? But while you're paying for ads, keep working on your website. Keep tweaking the options that are available there, keep using the right keywords, check up the technical issues with your website. Sometimes you may find out that your website is not loading fast. You can use this link, g.co/testmysite. If you use g.co/testmysite, you're going to be able to determine how fast your website is. Google is going to show to you how fast your website loads. And they're going to give you some suggestions on what you can do to make sure that your website is loading faster. Remember, the speed of your website, the loading speed of your website is very, very important. You're going to find out how it's loading fast on phone and how it's loading fast on desktop also. Okay, let's move on. So let's see a couple of ways of getting started with the search engine marketing. So now you get to log into the Google Ads platform, head over to ads.google.com. So when you get to ads.google.com, let me drop the link shortly. So head over to ads.google.com, and then what you're going to be doing there is to log in and then choose a, select the campaign option and then choose new campaign. Remember, if I'm running campaign for, I can run campaign for different items under the same ad accounts. For instance, I can run campaign for this mouse. I can run campaign for this phone. I can run campaign for this my handbag. I can run campaign for my wristwatch under the same account. So it's more like you having different headings for different things, because the keyword I'm using for the mouse is not the same keyword I'm going to be using for the handband. It's not the same keyword I'm going to be using for the phone device or any other thing, right? So you choose the campaign and then pick the right keywords. Keywords are more like suggesting, preempting what people are going to be typing to make a search before your ad shows up. Okay, so that is the part where the keyword research comes in, where I introduce you to the Google Keyword Planner and the Google Trends. There are other tools. There's a Limping Frog, there's the SEM Rush, there's the RFs. There are a lot of tools for keyword research, but most of those tools are not free. So I'm recommending you to I'm referring you to the free ones. Most of Google's tools are free. The Keyword Planner is free, and the Google Trends is free. So you pick the right keywords and make sure it aligns with what you want to achieve. Find the match types and refine your negative keywords. Now, negative keywords are words that you don't want your ad to show up if they're being searched for. For instance, I don't want this mouse ad to show up when someone is typing laptop. So I'll add laptop as a negative keyword for my mouse campaign. And then make sure that you focus on the benefits of what that product is, not necessarily marketing the product itself. For instance, if I'm using a water bottle, I can tell you, okay, if I'm having a training like this, there's a possibility that you can faint in the course of training because you are dehydrated. So you need water to be drinking. And I don't advise you to keep water beside your laptop, because water can pour on your laptop and you lose the laptop. So why not get a water bottle that is sealed up so that you can be taking a sip at intervals? Now, I've just told you about the benefits of having a water bottle. I didn't really market the water bottle on its own. So make sure that the copy appeals to all devices. You can test in the copies of what you're writing on all devices, a desktop, a phone, and all of that. Then implement all the other extensions, location extension, call out extensions, like maybe if you have a discount to put, if you have a free shipping to put, like what Junior is doing currently, if you have free shipping, discount, or any of this kind of stuff, you add it there. Make sure it's compelling enough for somebody to just see it and begin to take action. Okay, so now a couple of tips. Again, optimize with your keyword list. Make sure you get the right keywords. Then boost with your ad extensions, like I mentioned earlier, and then get to connect your analytics account so that you can get to find out the activities of the ad. You need to find out what is happening around the ad, where people came from, and the number of male that are responding to, the number of female that are responding to it, what devices they're using. Sometimes most of the ads, people respond more with mobile phones than with desktop. So you can reduce the reach of the ad. You can reduce the reach of that ad for desktops and increase the reach for mobile phones, because more people are using mobile phones compared to desktops and the rest of them. All right, so moving on, we head on to growing your business on social media. So you need to generate, social media helps you to generate more sales in business, because we have it that 77% of population in Africa are on social media platforms, and then 85% of the British are on social media. People are always on social media. Like if you leave your call now, you are going to either Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or WhatsApp. When you have a need, that's when you go to search, to actually make a search. So people are always on Facebook. So you get to reach new audiences, get to find new business opportunities, and then you have the ability to target different demographics. You build relationships, you network as well, right? And then you get to add value to your brand, because you raise that two-way conversation with your customers, and then you share a new side to your business, obviously. And then you can build your community also on social media, and then your marketing also gets improved if you are paying closer attention to your social media, because it helps you to get noticed on search. also gets you to attract more people. You get to see what your competitors are doing, people in the same niche with you, people in the same industry. You get to find out what they are doing. And now there are two types of social media marketing. Now we have the organic social media, then we have the paid one. Now the organic ones are just the ones you use, the free ones. So you don't need to have a special account to be able to make posts. You need to have a special account to be able to reply to posts. But the thing is, that one is completely free, but you can only reach your followers and friends of your followers. Whereas in the paid social media, you pay for the views, the actions, the clicks, the reach, the impressions, and the rest of them. But the other interesting part is you can reach anyone, anyone you don't follow or anyone you follow. You can reach everybody as long as they fall within the frames of your audience, the audience you selected. Okay. All right. So let's look at how you can get started with social media. So it's very important also that you identify your target audience. Who are this your audience? Who are they? And what are they into? What influences them? When are these guys usually online? You need to know their demographics, raw data like the age, sex, location. You need to know their psychographics, their values, their interests, their spending habits, and what are their profession, what are their behaviors. You need to know basically just everything, right, about who a typical audience of yours is. It could be, let's say, my audience is a female, age between 20 to 50, and then they live around my locality, and then also um, they are married, they have children, they use a Facebook and Instagram. You need to be very detailed about who your audience is. More like having a fictitious image of who a typical audience of yours is. It's called a persona. So you need to write a persona of who a typical audience of yours is. Now you need to ask yourself, where are these guys? Which social media platforms do they use? Is it Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, YouTube, like the one we're using now? So you need to know where your audience, where your kind of audience, which platform actually they have a presence so that you can be sending your message there. And just so you know, having a presence in all these places could be overwhelming. So most times it's always advisable to start with one, right? And then test run it before you move on to the next one. So that's because one strategy that works for Facebook may not work for YouTube. The one that works for YouTube may not work for TikTok. And then keep your posts coming. Keep your posts regular. Keep your posts very engaging. The videos, the photos, the blog posts, infographic, live broadcast, and all of this. Don't post today and come back in 3 years' time. No, the way the algorithms of the internet work. And for you to gain the traffic, you need to be constantly in front of people. You need to constantly be sending out content. That is how you begin to draw attention to yourself. Okay? So social media tips, a couple of tips. You need to set a goal. What do you want to achieve and how do you want to achieve what you want to achieve? You need to understand your audience, very, very key. And then be very, very consistent and be very, very regular with your posts. Like I said, don't post today and come back in 3 years' time. Okay, so there are different forms of content marketing. We have the videos, we have the visuals, we have the blogs, we have the case studies, we have the guides. So all of these comprise of content. So all kinds of contents can go onto different platforms, whether you're doing a social media campaign or you're doing a YouTube campaign or you're doing a search engine marketing or you're trying to optimize your website. All these contents are very necessary. Okay, so let's look at different types and how you can get started with content marketing. So again, it's about your customers. You need to build a persona of who a typical audience of yours is. You need to build a persona of who a typical audience, a typical customer of yours could be. You need to know their industry. You need to know their interests, you know. So you create different profiles for each customer segment, and then you map your customer journeys. You need to know which stage do they move. Or there's something called a sales funnel. How does customer funnel down to you? Do they come through? Do they come through paid ads first before they begin to convert eventually? How do they come? So you need to map out that journey. You know, think of questions or information required to make a purchase decision. What would they ask first? Maybe you should even go ahead to answer the questions first before they even get to ask. Use content, the writing, use content, the video, use content, the live broadcast, use content, the podcasts, the designs, right? And all of that. And let there be a call to action on what you're doing. Make sure you're distributing those contents on the various channels, the right places. where you're going to be finding those audiences of yours. So a couple of tips for content marketing would be for you to use content and to facilitate your sales process. Okay, so use content to facilitate your sales process, and then use storytelling and to engage your audience. You must be a good storyteller, especially if you are trying to optimize your website through writing. That is where you need a lot of content aspect, written content, because Google most times crawls written content to give you all that results that you want. So storytelling is very key for a business. If you can't tell stories, please hire somebody that can tell stories, because you need it. Okay? Then distribute the content in various platforms to actually maximize your reach, and then you get to measure the performance and tweak the options. You need to see what you're doing, the results that are coming from it. Are they giving you that much traction as you expected? If they're not giving you the much traction as you expected, you need to do some more stuff so as the result begin to come. Okay? All right. So let's look at email marketing, how you can communicate at scale with email marketing. So it gets to create personalized content with email marketing, and then you get to collect feedback of your surveys, and you connect with an already engaged audience. So email marketing actually offers you that privilege to reach out to a larger audience at the same time communicating with them through their emails. So what you need to do is just having the emails and then segmenting it to be sending out different contents at different time based on the information that you want to send out to them. Okay. All right. So let's see how you can get started with the email marketing. Now, first off, you need to choose an email marketing platform. You can use the free ones, the likes of MailChimp. So MailChimp is going to give to you 2,000 free emails per day, or you can have some advanced email marketing platforms, the likes of Active Campaign, SendGrid, Drip, Sendinblue, Aweber, Constant Contact. Now, all these guys will give you so much details about what activities, so much activities happening around your email campaign. Okay, so the free versions will not give you so much actually, right? Just like every other brand will do. They will give you some content that you can enjoy, but if you want to enjoy some more, they will add it to the part where you need to pay. So you can head over to one of these platforms and check things out for yourself. So you need to have a relevant contact list and make sure that you have the permission of the people you are trying to contact, right? And use content to generate new contacts. What that basically means there is the content should be rich enough for somebody else to be happy to forward to somebody else, so that you get to generate new contacts to add to your list. And then always invite people to subscribe, and then segment your list and group it. And then your content should be rich. Treat people like VIPs. And what that means there is, in as much as they're giving you space into their private lives, you should take them very seriously. Don't just bombard, because people get bombarded with a lot of emails per day. So if you're actually trying to run an email campaign, your email should be useful, right? Your email should be rich, content should be relevant, should be useful, and most times don't keep it personalized. Call them by their names. People feel more welcome, they feel more at home when actually um, people call them by their names. So you can find something like Dear Lorian, Dear Udeme, Dear Marian, and all of that. So you feel more at home when somebody is actually addressing you by your name. But that particular feature may not be available on free tools like what MailChimp will offer you. Okay. So a couple of tips once again for email. We have that you can get to segment and group your listing for relevant content. So segmentation there means that you have maybe a set of people that are in America, and then a set of audience also that are in Nigeria. The message you're sending for Nigerians and the message you're sending for Americans may not be the same. Same thing for the message for Ghanaians and the message for Nigerians. It may not be the same. You can also segment based on some other demography, right? You can segment also based on where they are on the sales funnel, where they are on the sales funnel. So you get to find out if people are just joining you at the top of the funnel. The information you are giving to people that are joining you at the top of the funnel will definitely not be the same information that people that have already paid for the services are getting. Okay, so you segment based on different reasons. So segmentation is very key. The details of segmentation will determine that you keep a certain kind of information for this group of people and a certain kind of information for this group of people as well. All right. So you segment and then you keep it very simple. Test it on various devices. Test the campaign on various devices, on 2, 3 devices. Possibly you can test it on your iOS, can test it on your MacBook, test it on your Windows, test it on your Android. Make sure the information is not falling off the screen. And then you need to also get to measure the open and click rates. You need to find out how many people clicked on the ad when it went. You need to find out how many people unsubscribed from the campaign, from your campaign. You need to find out how many people signed up for it, and every other detail that can let you know if you're actually making progress or if you're not making progress. I hope that was useful. Okay, so I'm going to be taking another pause to answer to your questions and your queries. So if you have some, please drop them in the chat. Socket. Okay, any questions? Any questions so far? Okay, so let me know if you are still here. I can see a lot of names here, but I'm not quite sure since nobody's talking. Please let me know if you are still here. Say something. Say something in the chat. Toyin, Priscilla, Catherine, Mary, Marina, Rachel. Who else is here? Rachel again. Asabe. Please say something. Let me know if you are still here. Okay, Lucy is here. Okay, thank you, Lucy. So, hello, Queen. All right, thank you, guys. All right, so you guys are still here. Okay, so let me go over to the last part as we wrap it off. So, any questions? Please let me know if you have any questions. Please. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Lucy, Queen, Mary, becoming the gypsy woman, Asabe. Thank you. Okay, I hope all my explanation was useful. Please, if I got you lost, please let me know. I'll be happy to explain again with all pleasure. If I got you lost, please let me know. All right, so let's move on to the last part before we call it a day. Okay, so let's look at building a digital marketing plan. Planning is very key for anything. Want to plan life, want to plan marriage, whatever you want to plan business. So it's not different in the digital space. Okay, so planning is ultimate. So there are 6 steps to planning a typical digital marketing plan. Okay, so first of them is for you to decide your business goals and your business objectives, your budget and your resources. Number 3, your audience. Determine what channels you want to use, and then plan your activity, and then set smart KPIs. Smart KPIs. Please let me know what SMART means and KPIs mean in the chat. I want you to type for me what SMART means. SMART is an acronym. So type it in the chat what S means, M means, A means, R means, and T means. And KPIs. Let me know in the chat while I move on. So now the first step is for you to have a business goal and a business objective. So both needs to be aligned. Both successful businesses are always based on their goals and their objectives. So you need to clarify the purpose of what you want to do, identify all the necessary actions you need to take to get it done. So let's say goals are more like general statements of what you want to achieve, while your objectives are those specific steps or the actions you're actually going to be taking to reach that goal. Let me say that again. So goals are general statements of what you want to achieve, And then your objectives are steps that you're going to be taking to reach your goals. For instance, we are having a case study of monthly here. So monthly is saying I'm a hairdresser and my business goals are to get more customers through my door, both new customers and past customers, and make more people in my area know that my business actually exists. So let's look at the difference between the business goals and the business objectives, because both of them should actually align. Your goals and your objectives should align. So your business goal could be to make more people aware that you exist. Then your objective directly mean to increase online reach and awareness. If your goals are to sell more products, then you are going to have to increase your website sales. If your business goals is to get found by more people, then your objectives will be to increase social media page like follows from your customers. And then if you want to get more returning customers, your objectives will be to increase traffic to your website. And then a couple of examples of online objectives would be for you to increase traffic to your website, or increase online sales, or increase social media page like follows from your customers, or increase online reach and online awareness. Now, the step two, which is the budgets and the resources, you need to tell yourself an honest statement of truth. What is possible with what I have? What can I do with what I have at the moment? So, like in the case of monthly, he said, I don't have a website yet as it's too much of an investment right now. So, you're going to be making a couple of recommendations for monthly. Okay, excuse me. So, now the step three would be for monthly to determine his audience. So, he needs to know the kind of people that he wants to target. So, in his own case, he said, I'm targeting female in my local area. My most valuable customers are females above 30 years old. They normally have children and work part time. Most of them use Facebook. So he has been able to determine the location of his customer. He has been able to fix the age of his customer. He has been able also to fix the job title of his customer, because he said they work part time, right? And then he has been able to fix what else now? The marital status of his customer and the platforms they use, which is very, very key. So it goes beyond just having those demographic information. It goes as far as the psychographic information. What goals are you looking to achieve? What common challenges do you get to have? What interests these people, right? Like I mentioned earlier. So you need to have a persona of who a typical audience of yours is based on what you're trying to achieve. All right. Now the fourth step will be for you to decide which of the marketing channels you want to use, which one is right for you. Now it needs to match. The objectives need to match with the channels that you want to achieve. So if you want to increase your online reach and awareness, what you're looking out for is the display marketing, social media marketing, or content marketing. And then if you want to increase your website sales, what you're looking out for is search engine marketing, search engine optimization, or the email marketing. If you want to increase traffic to your website, you're looking at search engine marketing, search engine optimization, email marketing. If you want to increase customer loyalty, what you're going to be paying attention will be your social media first, then your email marketing, and then your content marketing. Okay, so choosing a channel based on target audience and target goals, you are going to be drawing a line between inbound marketing and outbound marketing. So the inbound marketing strategy actually attracts customers by creating valuable content tailored to them and putting it out there. So like the search engine marketing, the search engine optimization, the content marketing, the blogging, the social media, the Google business profile is you putting out your business out there, right? Whereas the outbound marketing are those strategies that pushes messages to potential customers. You are taking it to them privately, like all those people that used to message you on LinkedIn. That is outbound. You are going straight to them. The display marketing, that is, you are forcing the information on them. That is technically speaking, forcing it on them. The display, because display marketing shows to you whether you like it or not. As long as you're on a particular website, or as long as you're on a particular app, they show to you. Email marketing as well, and the paid social media, they show to you whether you call for them or you don't call for them. Affiliate marketing, they show to you whether you call for them or you don't call for them. The same thing happens with the print media and the broadcast marketing, whether you paid for, whether you want to drink Pepsi or not. When it's time for Pepsi adverts, they will show it to you. So it sends the information, pushes it straight into the potential customer, whereas the inbound is the one that you just put out every other thing there for them to see it and take the action. I hope you understand that difference. Okay, so let's go over to the fifth step. And now, when you decide all the platforms you want to use, you know your kind of audience, you have a budget in mind, you know your goals and objectives, you need to plan the activity of what you want to do. So this is where you are going to be setting or giving monthly a couple of recommendations. So what monthly said in his case is my online objectives are to reach more people in my local area and get more returning customers. Now he has admitted that I don't have a website yet. Um, I don't have a website yet, as it's too much of an investment right now for me. So how could I use digital to help me? That's his question. So now we are going to make a couple of recommendations for monthly. Now the first thing he's going to be doing is for him to list his business on the Google Business Profile and create a free website. Now he has not just fixed his business with an online presence on search and on map. He has also succeeded in giving himself a local SEO tool. And besides the local SEO tool, he also has a free website that he knows he doesn't have the funds to pay for. So the Google Business Profile is going to give you all of that, and it's all free. It's all free. So if you missed the session for the Google Business Profile, I will encourage you to look for the recording, or maybe it's coming in the future. So do well to find the recording to get set up on how the Google Business Profile platform works. So that is the link. You can get set up on the Google Business Profile. That is the first step. Now the second step, since he's concentrating on the local people in his local area, is for him to set up a Facebook page where you can get to collect reviews. Remember, you can also collect reviews from your Google Business Profile, and that also boosts your search engine optimization. You can collect reviews on Facebook, and you can start making posts of customer hairstyles just to draw attention. And then you can use the Facebook advertising. You can create a Facebook page and use Facebook advertising to target people in his local area with an offer to attract new customers. So Facebook advertising, the Google Business Profile that comes with a website, and you can get reviews on all those places. So it's very, very important that you get all of this done. Okay, so who has mentioned what SMART means for us? Okay, yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Which content reaches more people, photos or videos? Okay, so it depends on what you're marketing and how you're marketing it. If you're using social media, you may need to pay attention to photos and videos, right? Queen, thank you so much for that question. If you are using a platform like Google My Business, you might combine everything: photos, videos, and the writing, especially the writings for Google Business Profile. If you are using YouTube, pictures don't have business on YouTube. YouTube is video, strictly video. If you put picture, maybe it's just a blanket on that your video, right? Maybe just a thumbnail. But most times pictures on YouTube is almost useless. So what you are doing there is videos. So it will be determined by the platform you're using. If you're on TikTok, pictures have no business on TikTok. Okay? So depending on how you can curate your message, that is how the traffic comes to you. Queen, I hope that served. Okay, so Lucy asks, please, do you have to tell your email recipient what you use their email for? Well, most times it all depends on how you got the email from them, by the way. Right? So some people, you might have gotten them from a form they fill online. Then you have the email list. That means they've given you consent to actually fill that email, to actually use their email to reach them, right? You don't need to tell them what you want to use it for, because if you can want to use it to market your mouse today, tomorrow you can change your mind. You want to use it to market your clothes. It all depends, right? It all depends on how you got it, but it all depends on how you also package your message. People are giving you a privilege to reach them privately. So like I mentioned earlier, you need to treat them like VIPs. Very, very key. All right, thank you so much, Queen. Queen said KPI means key performance indicators. Thank you so much. That's absolutely correct. And becoming the gifts woman. Thank you, Emanuela. Thank you so much. Becoming the gifts woman, key performance indicators. Thank you so much. Okay, nobody said anything about SMART. Okay, so we're going to be looking at SMART right now. The attendance is going to be shortly. Let me find where I can grab that. It turns out I'll share that shortly. Just give me a second. So who knows what SMART means? SMART, S-M-A-R-T. S-M-A-R-T. It's an acronym. It means something. Please let me know if you know what SMART means. So I'm going to be sharing the attendance right now. Please do well to fill the attendance. It's going to be used to send your certifications, okay? So please do well to fill correctly with your details. I'll pin it to the screen right now. All right, so let's go to the last part. Step 6. You need to set SMART KPI. So SMART there means S stands for specific, M stands for measurable, achievable, or attainable, relevant, and time sensitive or time bound. So are your goals, are your objectives, are they specific? Are you specific about what you want to achieve? Can you measure the progress? That's the M now. Is it measurable? Can you measure the progress towards what you want to achieve? Are the goals realistic, or you're just building castles in the air? Is it attainable? How relevant are these goals to your organization? Is it relevant, or you're just shooting into the moon? Does it have a time frame? It doesn't need to be loose-ended, right? It must be able to have a time frame so that you can measure if you're actually making progress, maybe per week, maybe per quarter, per half of the year, per 6 months, per year. There must be a time frame based on it so that you can always know if you are making progress or not. And then setting smart KPIs also demand you to increase, will sound like to increase online sales by 20% within 3 months. To increase online sales by 20% within 3 months. You've been able to set what you want to do, the percentage of what the increase you want, and the time frame. And then it can also look like to increase our brand awareness on Facebook. You're specific about the platform by growing our audience with new people by 40%. So you're more specific about what you want to do. So remember monthly, remember the hairdresser that we've been talking about ever since. So this is a typical picture of what a typical digital business marketing plan will look like. So now you need to consider your goals, business goals to reach more people in his local area and get customers through his door. Now, his audience is the female 30 to 45 in his local area, both past customers and present customers. And then he's going to be using, for his channel, he's going to be using the local SEO, which is a Google business profile, and Facebook. And then his activity is going to be to build a website and boost visibility on Google, then use the Facebook advertising to target people in his local area, while his online objective is to reach returning customers as well. And then the smart objective will be to increase Facebook page likes from new people by 50% within the next month and increase bookings from past customers by 20% in the next quarter. So it's very specific, right? Is measurable because there's a time frame also. There's a percentage of how you want to do all of that. So you can measure if you hit that percentage or you didn't hit that percentage. Is attainable, is realistic, and it has a time frame where it could be measured. So again, the 6 steps to creating a digital marketing strategy, very, very importantly, that you need to be reciting in your head to build what your business goals and objectives are, what your budget and resources are, what is possible with what you have. And then your audience, you need to know your audience, the kind of audience you're dealing with, and then you determine what platforms you want to use. And then plan your activity, how you want to get it executed, and then you must be able to measure it so that you know if you're making progress or you're not making progress. All right, so this is where I'm going to be taking the last pause to answer to all your questions. But meanwhile, don't forget the Hustler Academy. If you are yet to sign up for the Hustler Academy, please do so, and so that you can have the opportunity to learn about how to draw up your business growth plan. Then from your business growth plan, you're going to also learn about digital marketing. You learn about sales. From sales, you're going to learn about how to get funding for your business. Then you get to learn how to pitch, and then you're going to get matched to a mentor. They're going to walk you through all those processes if you missed anything. Okay. Oh, Emanuela answered me. Thank you so much, Emanuela. Thank you so much. Smarts. Okay, so Tonyin, I hope you heard all the explanations I gave earlier. So that's the link I just shared now. If you want to learn more, you should learn more, of course. You should learn more. So head over to that link, click on it, and then learn some more. Okay. You're going to have certifications on some of the courses that are present there. You can start from the fundamentals of digital marketing, and then you can get certified with that. And then follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm coming to your question, Toyin. Just give me a second. That is for Twitter. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and let me see. Okay, and then follow Impact on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. All right, so your next steps, like I shared the link earlier, so go ahead and learn digital.google.com/digital skills/courses. Follow us on social media, and then I'm coming to your question now, Toyin. So let me see. Uh, oh, Toyin, you've done the Hustle Academy. Thank you for that beautiful testimonial. Okay, so you're technically you're ahead of you're ahead of your people. That's nice to know. How often should you review your SMART goals? Well, there is no fixed time for it. Let me just say it that way. There's no fixed time to determine how to review your results. If you want to do it weekly, fine. If you want to do it monthly, fine. Obviously, if the period you set for yourself is a year, you shouldn't be doing it weekly, right? You should be doing it maybe quarterly or monthly. If you are setting a quarter, that would be a quarter of 3 months. You may need to be doing it every week, or maybe let's just do it in 2 weeks by weekly. Okay, so there's no fixed period about it. Okay, Toyin, I hope that's served. Thank you so much. All right, any questions? We are signing off. Okay, so I'm sorry about my colleague the other time. I think she had a little trouble. That's why she couldn't speak so loud. So I had to step in to stand in for her. I hope I hope the session was useful. I hope the information you got today was useful. Please let me know in the chat if it was useful. So this is me saying a very big thank you to all of you that stayed through. Thank you. So we look forward to having you next week for your last set of sessions. Okay. So let me know if it was useful. Let me know in the chat, please. Let me know in the chat if it was useful before you jump off. The link to the Hustle Academy. Okay, let me drop that. I'm still here to answer your questions. Please, if you have questions, please ask me. There you go, Queen. Please sign up. This 1 week that is going to be very rich for you. It is very impactful. It's a 1 week that you thank yourself that you did it. You can ask Toyin. She can attest to that. Thank you, Toyin. Thank you so much for being so kind with your words. All right. Any other comments, questions, contributions, anything? Thank you, Lucy. Very useful. Thank you. Okay, questions, comments, contributions. I'm here maybe for the next 1 more minute. We've eaten into 15 minutes of our time. So if you have questions, let it be that is the time we spent extra was actually worth it. All right, so on that note, so this is me telling you a very big thank you, a very big one. I wish thank you can be enlarged. Thank you, Toyin. Thank you so much. Thank you, Asabe. Thank you. So looking forward to seeing you guys next week. So enjoy the rest of the weekend and have the best of it. All right. So bye.